Hello, everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here on a very dark Sunday morning. It is currently minus 15 Celsius with a minus 17 wind chill in southeastern Manitoba, which is, let's find my cursor, do, 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 4 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of 1. Today I'm going to just play and chat and visit and hope somebody pops in. Yeah, I've got messy desk. That's okay. I'm working on a journal at the moment, and I'm just finishing off my. I have I've started a weekly prompt kind of thing in my group, Meet Your Creativity, and every day you get one prompt. It started off with 7 green triangles, join points of the triangle, or sorry, 7 blue triangles, uh, join points with a green. Um, then we had yellow stripes and doodle in the rooms, add polka dots in another room, fill in the triangles in colors of your choice. And today is day 7, and the prompt is draw 3 lines around your draw 3 lines around your creation as a border, any color that you choose, and the option is to draw yellow stripes as polka dots in the next one to make it flow a little bit. So I'm just going to go around it with a black marker, not overly thick, and then that's a metallic. It goes over here. And anyway, I'm going to draw around it in a black marker, or black pen, possibly do the dots. Haven't quite decided yet, but for now I'm just going to do the lines. So I hope everybody had a decent sleep. It's Saturday night. I hope you had some fun over your week. I had company for coffee today. Oh, my lines are not flowy nice, but that's okay. So I'll just draw a line in here. I'm not going to get all 3 in that space. That's okay. It's okay. The idea of this project was to tweak some creativity in your life. Oh, that one touching. Oh my goodness, Kimberly. To garner some creativity in your life so that maybe it tweaks an interest to carry on and play after you've done, something little like this each day. Just a warm up, and, you creatives know how it is. Sometimes you just want to do something, you don't know what you want to do. Fast, simple prompts like this, just a tweak. Okay, so I did 3 black lines around. Now I'm going to do some yellow dots, just because I can. So I'm going to skip the first. No, I'll put them right in the first one. Right in the first one. And I'm just using a Bic marker. It's a permanent Bic marker, almost like a Sharpie. It's what they had at Costco when I was shopping. And oh, look, markers, a whole set. But that's okay too, because you buy what you can when you can. Speaking of which, I actually broke down yesterday and purchased a stamp pad. I haven't had a stamp pad in I don't know how many years. I've been doing my own with felt, but because I can't find my acrylic block, so I was making a mess out of the stamping I'm doing for this journal that I am donating. I wasn't really happy. They were kind of smudging, and I just really, really, really wasn't happy. Oh, it was supposed to be yellow stripes and green dots. Well, I don't even follow my own rules. Look at that, folks. Yay, me. Go, Kim, go. All I can say is I haven't finished my first cup of coffee yet, so whatever. Whatever. I did say there were no rules, just follow the prompts, and this one, the dots and the stripes, were optional. Put this back. I actually have a container for all my markers and stuff now. Again, I'm using leftover kids' markers a lot of the time. This is a silly sense green Crayola. And since I did dots, I guess I got it. Oh, it's a thick one. I got to use this one for the lines, but that's okay. It's all right. Everything's all right. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. I'm creating. And as I say, I've started doing this on my group, which is called Meet Your Creativity on Facebook. The link is below. If anybody's interested in joining us, it's a small group. I'm just building it up. I've had it for quite a few years. We've done some storytelling, or I've tried doing some storytelling on it where we I'll start with a line or a bit of a story, and then everybody can kind of join in and add to it. I always enjoy doing that kind of thing. But so far, people in my group haven't really played along. Well, Jan has. But that was many, many years ago when we were doing that. Just little things to spark creativity. There are a couple of other, way back in the very early days, prompts and things that I did. But since I'm really spending a lot of time, more time than ever now, creating, I have been doing the prompts. Well, the yellow polka dots sure didn't show up very nice, but there is my finished doodle creativity from my Meet the Creativity. Meet Your Creativity. Yay, one done. So, as I was saying, I broke down and I bought a stamp pad. It's an Iron Orchids Designs. And the really cool thing was I was actually watching Shannon's video and she was yesterday and she was stitching her little journal, fabric journal, which was so cute. And I was trying to stamp with using one of the cards and putting my stamp on it and doing it, but the stamps that I'm using are dollar store stamps, so they're not very, very deep. You know what I mean? Like it's a cheap acrylic stamp. There's really not depth to it. So the card was getting smudged in the ink, and it was. I had it just. Sure, it's interesting, but I too much of a mess. Especially, I'm donating this, right? So I broke down and bought a stamp pad. I'd originally gone to buy an acrylic block. She only had one, but that's okay. Um, so that I could use these. But she inked my pad when I was there because she just sells empty ones. And she inked it for me with a black, uh, what is it called? Black India ink. No brain. Anyway, so this, as I say, this is an Iron Orchid Designs blank ink pad. In our town, we have a little gift store that sells local crafts, arts, things. They started this store quite a few years ago and it was ceramics, but because of the pandemic, they can't get their greenware anymore. So they've expanded. They've been slowly expanding on what they've been selling. Um, throughout the years, but now they actually have some incredible stamp sets, which are out of my price range. I would have to know that I'd be using them an awful lot. Um, so I didn't consider those. But they have molds, like resin molds, or you could use them um, for clay. They're doing some polymer clay in them. Absolutely stunning molds. Really heavy duty. Again, a little excuse me, a little bit out of my price range, but and I would really have to know that I would use them more than the couple of times that I do in journals and things, because I like to pretty much do everything myself for my journals. But I did break down and buy the stamps and the stamp pad. So anyway, the place is called ARC. It's in Landmark, Manitoba, and they have a website. I will look it up and put it in the description below. And I know that they used to do mail order, but they've got some really incredible laser cutout bits of wood. And the thing is, because it's done locally, I'm not sure that you can find this everywhere. It's just a wonderful little craft shop. They're now selling yarn. A friend had pointed out she does socks, and I don't do socks, but she said, "Did you know that they were selling yarn?" And I went, "No, but that's really cool." So anyway, I have a little craft store right in my town that I can run out and get things. I was so excited to do this yesterday. Sorry, Shannon, I missed part of your video because I was crafting. And it's like, okay, go and get this stuff. So I'm working on a little flower journal. I'm working on many journals, but right now I'm working on little journals. Cut a magazine in half, folded the pages in, and I've covered them with various papers and things. Being a magazine, I'm worried that the spine is going to be ripping, or it's not going to withstand an awful lot of abuse. So I'm thinking I may have to go over it with some washi tape. I haven't quite decided yet, but so anyway, I'm working on like a signature at a time, just adding bits and things. So these stamps that I bought, like I say, dollar store stamps, are like corners and embellishments. And I figured, why not? It saves me doing, I draw a lot of them myself. I paint and things. I just decided that how far do I really want to go? And because I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed with other things going on in my life at the moment, I opted for this. I have nothing against it. It's just not something that I do. So anyway, I've got the stamps. I want to do, um, like I say, just like little corner things, just so that I don't have to draw them all and come up with ideas for them. Little embellishments. Something like this, I'm not going to bother stamping on because I've already painted flowers along it. I did the little butterfly. I thought it was kind of cute, even though I'm not a butterfly person. I do want to do one on here. So let's see if this stamp pad has soaked in, because yesterday was really soppy and I wasn't overly happy because it was so soppy. But like I say, like the profile of these stamps is so minimal. Like you just, and I'll put it here first. See, oh, okay, it's better today. But you can see, I got muck. I've got muck. Where is a wipe? I even broke down and bought baby wipes the last time I was at a dollar store. I don't know. You guys are good influence, bad influence. Go ahead and laugh. All's good. Okay. Yeah, there's really no profile to these. That's what you get for shopping at Dollarama, Kim. Yes, yes, I know. So I'm just gonna do one there. Comes out beautifully, like just a little beautiful thing. And I think that's enough on that one. I mainly got it for these wonderful corner embellishments. Because even though I can doodle them, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Okay. This one seems to be just a little bit thicker. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So I hope you guys have had a crafty weekend. I'm doing that 100-day project, the creative challenge. Yesterday was basically working on this journal. So I don't have an actual project for yesterday. I don't know if this counts. I may just say that I missed, well, it would be day 11. I might just do a day 11 something today and day 12 as well. I think more of that. Oh, well, it's there a little bit. Not great. This is construction paper. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but you can see that the stamp is still really mucky. It's okay. Hints of things are wonderful, right? Like, they don't have to be, you know, they could be, but they're not. So this is another one I did. It's got the hand embellishment. It's got painting. Do I want to do anything here? I think I want to do this stamp on there. This is also going to give it a little bit of a continuity, right? Wow, when she fills up your stamp pad, she fills up your stamp pad. And being India ink, it doesn't really evaporate. I have to use it. We'll see. And the crowd goes wild. Ah! Woo! Much better imprint, but you can see it's still a little runny. But you know what? I'll accept it because it's handmade, right? Like handmade, there are a few imperfections. By no means are my postage, and stuff 100%. Another one, I just did lines. I think I want to do something along this border because as I was drawing the lines, it I smudged it, and it was a gel pen. I did manage to do this actually with my own stamp pad, but as you can see, just mucky, little mucky. So I want something different along there. So I'm not going to use this stamp on that. Kind of like this way it is. See again, you can see that I double stamped it. Just not character, Kim. It adds character. All is good. I hand drew. This is a rubbing that I did. I think that's good too. Let's see if I can just put a ghost print here with what's left. This one I did put some paper over because it had already started to split. Well, gave a decent little bit of a ghost print. But see, it slides and I've got ink underneath it. All's good, all's good. So some sort of border. Some sort of border. Also broke down in same place, Dollarama. Bought these postage stamps so that I can stamp some of my postage. And I realized that I didn't really make lots because I am doing 2 journals. I'll have to make some more of that. Maybe that's what'll be my day 11. Actually, I really kind of like the way that one worked. All right. All right, all right. Some sort of edging. Some sort of edging. Doesn't really have edgings. I wonder what else I've got here that I might be able to use. Just gonna go and check my other stamps. See if I do have stamps. I buy them at Dollarama often because they're cute and I mean to use them, but I don't always use them. Some I have, but like I say, I've had them forever, and because I do my own stamp pads and stuff, I find that. So I've got this one. It's got this nice little florally border and a bit bigger of butterfly bird, but I want an edge. I want an edge. This is a really big flourish. I've got it on a 5-inch quilt square. It used to be a quilt square, but I also took bits of, can't even remember what this was. I don't know if it's like, it was sticky on the back. I don't think it was fun foam. I made like a brick wall kind of thing. That stamp's really fun for backgrounds. There's the music. It warped. Look, this one's all warped. I don't know why it's all warpy, what I've done to it. But I've got a warped music. Again, not border. I do have another postage. What about this line of, it won't fit on the block. Never mind. Then I've got these butterflies, never used. Look, I used one little stamp from here. I don't even know where it is. Goodness. What do these even say? Hanging out, homecoming. Yeah, dollar store. Dollar store stamps. That's me. Some letters. This one is a snowman one. I used the snowman in snowman journals I made. I have this one, which is a nice, cute little swirl. Just don't know what set that was from. Another set of letters. My A is missing. That really helps. Oh, there's the rest of these swirly stamp things. Some of them. That's this one. A little heart. Still nothing that I really want to use. Oh, no. This one just totally melted. Why do these melt like that? Ugh, these were wonderful little leaf stamps. They were just fantastic. I have a little feather. There's another swirl. Another one. These are too big, I think. That was the leaf, the two leaves that melted. Break my heart. Those were wonderful. And then these really big ones, obviously never used. These ones, again, still in the package, never used. Oh, look. I bought this set already. Dollarama. So now I have two of that set. It's kind of good because I kind of like that one. I bought this at a flea market, actually. This little stamp, I think that's what I'll use. It's just like little ivy. I love that one. And it's got little tiny roses. The big roses are missing. This weeping willow is really gorgeous when it's done. I had one like this too, but it was like laundry and clothes out on the line, and it was really fun, but I don't know where that is. And then again, I bought this one at the dollar store at its faces. Never used. Obviously, I'm not one to use stamps very often. Go figure. Supplies that you barely use. I could use these in my scavenger hunt journal that I'm doing Janet M. Young's scavenger hunt, and I'm falling behind on that too. But I could use some of these stamps in there because they're unused. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to use. So I've got a double of this one. No wonder I liked it because I already had it. Did you guys do that? End up with multiples of things? So, but I love this little. Let's see if it needs to be a little bit wet to stick better. And I wanted to do the border on this page. I did a bunch of, okay, we don't want to stick. A bunch of tags or I've used this one a lot. It's messy. Oh my. She said I would just have to wait about an hour for it to dry. I guess maybe what I should do is do a couple of prints and then just use, there we go. But it's a beautiful little ivy stamp. Well, it'll do. I mean, I could have continued this over on that page because it's a little pocket. I did used one of my little clusters. I figured this journal could have the little purple clusters in it. Okay, gotta dry. Do you think if I leave it open for a little bit, it will dry out a little more? This one we said didn't need anything. Got a mucky plastic there. Okay, on with the show. I have this page. I haven't decided what I want to do to edge these off. Because this is black, I'll probably, I know that if I don't close that, I'm going to stick my hand in it. I'm just going to do white X's down it so it kind of looks like faux stitching. It's these little touches, right? That just make the journal look whimsical and fun. And I know that I could do some hand stitching in it, but because these pages are pretty thick, as I say, I am throwing things on the floor. I took the magazine and I cut it in half this way, like lengthwise, and then I folded the pages in. And because it's a thinner paper, I was thinking, oh, I could put lots of pages in the signatures, but then of course I covered them and they're thicker, and that's not going to happen. And of course it's train magazine because that's what I've got so many of in my house. I figured a floral journal, maybe we got to cover up those trains. So I did. I covered them all up. The journals that I did for Flood the Streets with Art, I did 4 for that. I didn't cover up. See, that just adds a little something, breaks up between the red and the black, right? The Flood the Streets with Art journals, I used the same size. I didn't cover them completely. I used more paint and things, and yeah, they were good. Of course, because I drop in my local community. I don't know if they were found, if they were thrown out, what happened to them. But when you do things like that, you have to be prepared just to let go of your work. And I have found that to be a wonderful thing for me because I don't always want to do that. It kind of, they're like your kids. You put so much time into them, and it's like, I don't want to give them up. If that makes any sense to anybody other than me, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine too. So when we were doing the play with the, uh, I tried the folders, the embossing folders, as Kellyanne did when I was doing these pressed paper imprints on my last live. So I did some. It's got a little bit of tissue paper in them. I thought I'd run some tissue paper through the embossing folder too, and it is so beautiful, so delicate. I thought maybe I would do a flip up. Not sure because this paper is so thin, or if I'm going to put it under a little cluster like that. Haven't quite decided. I've got a few pieces of that. But I did try gluing it down onto paper, and you can see it's got a little bit, but because this was actually glue stick, and I don't think the glue stick worked quietly. Good grief. Um, talk much with me. This is liquid glue. And I think I like the way the liquid glue worked better, but it's still not, I'm not really happy with the way that glued down. So I'm not sure that I would want to glue the embossing down. But like I say, maybe under a little tuck like this, just have it peeking out some would be nice. Maybe I'll go over those with a colored pencil later. We'll see. That stamp pad is just way too wet. I wonder if I should just pat some off onto a piece of felt or something. Okay. Don't worry about the stamp pads right now. Just get working on this journal because you want to get it out of here. I think I'm going to put lines in this one. On this one, I'm going to use a dark green pencil crayon. I'll make sure it's sharpened. I have 2 of these little journals that I'd like to get done. They're both going to be florals, similar but not the same. I've used some of the same papers in it. It was the other half of the magazine. Let me just grab a line making. I have, what is this called? I know what this is called. This is the stuff that goes around the pictures and the frames. Mat board. There we go. I have strips of mat board because I'd taken a painting apart because the mat board was kind of stained and everything. So I cut it into strips so that I can draw lines. Because I make my own lined paper too. Yes, I do. Because sometimes I want a colored lined paper that I can print off that I have made. But sometimes, when you're working in a journal and you've got a piece of blank and you want it to have something on it, it's nice to have. I know lots of you have the stuff for doing, making cards and doing the calligraphy. You get those blanks that you can just write between the lines. You've got that kind of thing. There. Lined paper. It just adds something, right? I want something here that's like edgings. Edgings, Kim. I need an edging. How about if I use an orange gel pen and I'm just going to draw a squiggly line down this edge so it looks kind of like a border. Can't really see it, but you know what? It's cute. I don't know how well you can see it. It's just tone on tone, It just gives a little bit. I'm going to go right around. So it's like a frame. Here. Little something they can write over it. It just adds. It doesn't have to be phenomenal. It just adds. Now this piece of red here, maybe I'm going to take a black marker actually. Do I have a black, thin? Let's put you where you guys belong. I have items from so many projects. I have a painting I'm working on. So when my desk is clear, I've been working on that, but I have to wait for paint to set because I've been having trouble with it sliding. Marker. You were looking for a marker, a thin marker. I love these dual-sided markers. This one's a chisel tip. I'll use this. And because, again, it's construction paper, didn't bleed too bad. And then something around the boat. Polka dots. I like polka dots. Should I do them in blue? Should I do them in white? Maybe the white, because I've got the black. I've got green. Where's my white pen's hiding? We'll do white polka dots. I did have paint pens that I probably would have used for this, but they're past their useful because I've used them. So they're past their prime. And I haven't been into the city for over a month or so. And even when I'm there, I don't think, oh, let's stop by Michael's and get supplies, because I just spend way too much money in Michael's. There we go. I think those are good. I have a belly band here. I'm not going to do anything with that. This side, I probably should put some writing paper. I don't want to cover the whole thing with like writing paper. Maybe a couple of little strips. Maybe a pocket. You know what? Maybe I'm going to put a pocket on here. Belly band. What have I got left in my pocket making collection for this journal? I had stuff specifically ready. If I outline it in black, I think it'll be okay. Or I could, what have I got? Oh, I was using these as little clusters. I've got the postage. I've got the calendar things I was using. I could do a little cluster up in the corner. And then, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little cluster up in the corner. And I'm going to have this down here as a... That makes sense to me. It does. So, let's take some of that embossed tissue paper that I got. It doesn't tear worth a darn. It just shreds. So I'm going to cut it. Oh, this desk is even getting worse, isn't it? I will do something about that. I will. I'll move these over onto the stack of stamps on the side. This one too. I think that's how my stamps get lost. I've got these backed with paper so I can use them as pockets or tucks or whatever. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of this of pages that I consider complete. I'll put them back here. Those are complete. Paint chip I'm just using for reminding me where there are tuck spots to go, where I have to fill it. I'll move these bits over. This can go back in here. Can't remember if I've used this in this book. I must have, because it's sitting in here for this book's use. I separated a bunch of stuff. And I have these page tabs. Stop it. We'll put this down first. Just a little bit of glue. Just want to tack this lightly because I really don't want it to be too much. And then I like these little calendar. I chop out, when I've got calendars, I chop out just the numbers, you know, like this. This I'm going to outline in black. So I've got this. I can't remember if I think I was putting the lace over. Where's another one? Because I want it to flow the same, right? So I have to find how I did the other ones. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. I'm just playing and doing, and you were done. Now I know I saw one there. So it was paint bit, fabric. Nope, that was these. That's not the one. There we go. It was the fabric and the lace. Fabric and lace. Fabric and lace. Okay. Now I've got these all confused. Done. Done. Not done. Done. Okay. Fabric. Little piece of fabric. This is a wonderful frayed type fabric. I have no idea where this came from. I just found a big stack of it in my room, my fiber room, and thought, oh, let's use some of that. I'm just going to pull those off because they'll just make a big mess. A little bit of glue on the back. I'm just going to stick that up there. A little piece of lace. I've got this chunk of purple lace. How fun is that? I have tried putting that on my gel plate, like some of this on my gel plate. I will master that one day. I will figure out how that is going to work perfectly for me. And I think I'm going to put it like this so that it kind of covers the raw edge up there that I'm gluing, if that makes sense to you. Just kind of hide it a little bit. And then put that there. I think so. I think so. And I'm just using my Elmer's glue all. Put it right here. That'll hold that stuff down. So just, just not, I don't want anything too floppy up top here. Yeah, I've got this tissue, but I don't want anything too floppy if I'm having a tuck spot because it's just going to get damaged. You know what? I think I just might put just a little bit of glue on this edge just to hold it. And you really can't tell that that's embossed unless you're right close to it. And then this, as I said, is going to be a tuck. So I'm just going to go down here and across here. Oh, let's do it on the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. This was just a little hand painted thing I did using up paint, and I backed it with another piece of paper so it was strong enough to use as a tuck. So that still gives, you can still see the gel prints. Use the lace and the fabric because we're following this pattern of using things that are similar throughout the journal. Nice little tuck. Where's my paint chip? Never a paint chip when you want one. I'll use this. So it's a nice little tuck. These were from an old planner, day planner that I had. They were the tops of the pages, so I thought they would make nice belly bands and pockets and things. So I consider this front piece done. This is done. And this has the belly band on the back. I don't know if I want to add just a little something to the belly band, maybe. I don't know. I'll leave it for now. I'll consider it done because I'm trying to get this journal complete, right? And not every page has to be decorated to the nth degree. So I've been told. So I've got this page. This is paper towel. I really like the texture of this paper towel. So I think this either gets a belly band or just a strip of paper to write on. So I've got these papers. I could do that. That's kind of cute, just like that. Maybe a little darker one. No, I think it needs just a little more. I like lots of writing space in the journals that I make. How about that one? I like it because it's got the bit of darker color and it really punches out that gel print that's back there. Picks up the colors from the leaves and it still leaves the texture from the. And then they could always glue just little somethings in on top of that if they desire. I have no one here to give me direction. So I'm doing it my way. How about that? More writing space. I'm all about the writing space. How about if I put the wider side to the top? And then the sweet peas. These are from seed catalog I get. I use them throughout this book, and I did all my faux stitch with them. So I think I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do an outline of each of those with that black marker. Let's do that first. My glue is oozing. Stop that. You're going to make a mess. Let's put the cap on. You know, I have stuff. Okay, let's find that chiseled marker again. Is it this one? Yes. So I'm just going to outline these quickly. And the cool thing when you do an outline is you can always come back and embellish it, right? You could put dots on it. You could put those little S swirly things on it. Blend into my paper towel. So maybe in a case like that, I would come back and stamp it so that to cover up the bleed. Might have to do that. Just might have to do that. Oh, look at this. You take the cap off one end, and that's the other problem with double markers. Or maybe it's my problem because it's me. So I think, like I say, I'm going to stamp that along the edge now just because of the bleed. Did you see? There it is. Are you going to stick? Are you going to stick? Or you can be nice? Okay. So, goopy ink. Am I pushing too hard? Like, what the heck? Yeah, look. I mean, it's a beautiful stamp. Bucka, tell you. Okay. Oh, that just looks a mess. But you know what? Covers up. Kind of makes it look like it's supposed to be like that. I don't know how I'm going to fix that now. Ooh, look at the beautiful print. What am I got to put that on something. Look. It's beautiful. Oh, yeah, look, it looks like a leaf. And it's not transferring great. Because it's dry. It's dry on here. Darn you. But isn't that a beautiful, like, Okay, so it dried on there. Made a mess there. You know what? It's already a mess. That page, not happy with the way that turned out. I have paint sitting here and a toothpick sitting in glue that obviously I put my hand in. Now I'm all sticky. We're not using that. We will take this brush, nice flat brush. I spritz paint with water and then I put a cup over it so that I can use it the next day. We're just going to do some leaves because we can. So I'm just half-inch flat brush, dip it in 2 colors of paint, put it down, do a little swirl, and get some leaves. Fixed it. Okay. Get rid of that sticky toothpick. Maybe. Doesn't want to go. Go away. Put my cup back over the paint. Put the block on top. Okay. So I was going to glue this down. So I'll lose some of the leaves, but it's okay. It covers up the other ones. And that's all that matters. Correct? Correct. I have a bit of a lift here. I used glue stick. I'll just stick it back down with some glue stick. Glue sticks are not my favorite either. We've had this discussion many times. Just let it go, Kim. Just let it go. Use it and let it go. Well, I see that it's getting light out, so Many people will be starting their days. Normally, I would take a card and smush these, spread this glue out, but because it's going on paper towel, I am not going to bother because it needs that additional glue to soak through to make sure it's got a good adhesion. All right, you know what? I like that. I think what I'm going to do is, because it has covered up the leaves a fair bit, I'm going to put leaves around that edge. Fumble through a journal with Kim. Here we go. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Being retired, had this discussion with my company yesterday that every day is a Saturday, according to my husband. So a lot of times I don't even know what day it is. I think that's one of the reasons I've decided that I'm going to be streaming a couple of times a week, just so that I know what day it is. There, we got some little leaves. Now I feel like I should put flowers with those leaves. So I think I'm going to do that. I punched out a bunch of purple flower bits from a paint card. Surprise! That's why I have toothpick and a glue. So I'm just going to add a little bit more glue, and I'm going to put a few pinky purple flowers on, because I just can't be done, you know? One thing just leads to another. But you know what? I can do like the two opposite kitty corners. So I use a lot of hole punch confetti when I create. They just add, oh, look how mucky I am. Yay. I better do a really good scrub before I go up and make bread. Out of bread, so I need to bake bread today. I get to bake bread today. I have to rethink that. Um, the I don't know where I was going. I totally lost my train of thought, derailed. Use up this bit of glue. I don't think I got enough glue on that one. We'll see. We will see. Push them down good. Get paint on you as well. That's the life. That's the life I like. A little bit of muck. Never hurt anybody. So, now let's turn those into flowers. White pen. Do a swirl. Make sure it writes. Do a swirl. I'm going to have to change this paper before I do another video because we're making a mess. But that's okay. So if anybody comes and watches this later, I've thought about doing a throwback Thursday kind of thing. I have stacks of old craft magazines from the 80s. Might even have some from the 70s, 80s, 90s. And so I was thinking that maybe on Thursday could do a bit of a flip through of the magazine and revisit some of the old crafts that we did way back, and things for bazaars and just something different. There, I've saved that page as far as I'm concerned. Like I say, I could come back and do some dots on that. Not sure if I'm going to bother. They did bleed a little bit. So, you know what? I'm going to do it because I will not be happy. I will not be happy when I look at it because it just doesn't make me happy. And I figure if it doesn't make me happy, whoever this journal ends up being adopted by won't be happy either. Does that make sense? There. Now I'm not fired. Yay! Okay, so this page I consider done because it's been painted. Don't know. I think that's absolutely fine the way it is. This page I still have to do, and this one I have to do. So this one, how about if I just put a belly band on it? Do I have anything that says it's got to be up and down this way? Not really. So just because this flower is obviously coming from the ground up. So I just measure this way. And then I'll come back and trim that after. These I save and I turn them into corner tucks and things because we can't throw any scrap out. So just glue along the bottom. I'm not on camera. Have I not been on camera all day? I'm sorry. There's nobody here to yell at me. Thought I'd got a handle on making sure that I was on the camera, but well. There, belly band. Okay, that top needs just a little bit of a trim. Here we go. Oh, mucky fingers. Okay, stop that. I will put something over that because I'm mucky. What this? Nope, don't like it. I'll think something. Maybe I'll paint something. Probably end up painting on that. Okay, this one. What am I going to do on here? I think this is going to get a piece of paper like this. For sure. And again, these are just, you know how you end up with white scrap bits everywhere? Well, I do. So I either draw lines on them and throw them in my bin of lined paper, or I just edge them with muck water. This was edged with muck water and then splattered with muck water. Just adds a little bit of something. Little bit of something. Oh, don't knock your coffee off. No, no, no. Don't waste the coffee. I'm going to do that a little bit closer to the bottom. And I'm going to put a little something here. Are those? I don't know. Does it get lost? I think it might get lost. Maybe. Not a big fan of that. How about, ah, let's put a tuck on there. Let's put a tuck spot on there. Maybe. Or this one. Kind of like that. It's got painting on that side though. Something different. Something different. Thought I pulled a bunch of corner tucks and things to use in these journals. Got some beautiful pink lined paper, smudgy pink lined paper. How about if I use this? Nope. Nope. How about if I put a postage stamp up there? And then some sort of fun border thing. I like that idea. That's what I'm going to do. That's cute. Should I edge it in black? Can't really see it up against that white. That's what these ugly old markers are for, is for edging. So, as I say, I still have to do my day 11 and my day 12 now of my 100-day challenge. But I will do that later since it's just about time to. I don't like I have to use a machine to mix my bread dough now because my hands just can't take the kneading. Well, they can, but then I can't really do anything else for the rest of the day. So I use the got a big mixer that I use for my bread dough. I don't have a bread machine. I just have, a stand mixer. So I bought those stamp ones so I could do the goofy lines, so it looks like postage. I think I'll come back and do that when this is a little bit drier, and because I've got a few to do in the book, I'll do it before I bind the book. I haven't even started on the covers. What did I say I was doing here? Oh, a pretty border. Should I paint it? Should I collage it? You know what? I think I'm just going to do a really quick collage up this side. Yes, that's what I'm going to do, is a quick collage up that side. I have some pre-made leaves and things. Put them in this little container. Let's just dump that out. Decide what I want to use. What do I want to use today? I've got these roses that I made. I could just do, 3 roses at the bottom. Cluster of 3 roses. These are pretty. I only have 2 of those though. And we all multiples of odds. I had some nice leaves. I saw some nice leaves. 1, 2, 3 leaves. Oh, look, I could go like this. 3 leaves. The roses. I need a little bit of a leaf under the rose. These ones aren't decorative. What? They aren't decorative yet. They're just leaf blanks. And then I could put, I don't know, or like, I don't like them just one leaf. I like the clusters. I think what I'll do is a clump of green fabric or paper down here. I have pulled out this lovely floral ribbon I have. I think I'm going to use that in the next journal. I have green someplace. Got this. I'm not even sure what this green was from. It's a ribbon of some sort, and it's shiny. It's glued down at this end. I don't know why, like, but it's kind of curled. So what I'm going to do is see if these scissors work. These are the ones I use for doing the postage stamps. See if I can. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it very much. But I want a couple of leaves like this. Because rose leaves. Oh no. No. That doesn't work. Okay. Don't want to ruin those scissors. Didn't like that. I'm going to fold it so I've got 3 leaves, cutting them all the same. And I'll just wobble cut because I like my wobble cuts. Let's do it this side so I know where I'm going. This side didn't take very well. So I've got 3 fabric leaves for my roses. Let's use, what have I got? I need some sort of decent marker that's going to work on this. I'm not worried about, on the screen, Kim, on the screen. I'm not going to worry about them being too decorative. Oh, look, this is a double marker too. And I just put one cap into the other. My goodness. Dropping things on the floor. Okay, so it's got a nice thin tip. I'm just going to do some, that one doesn't even work on this fabric. And I did it again, look. I love double markers, but do I realize that I'm using a double marker? No. No. Let's put that down. Let's take this ugly black one, just outline it. I'm not overly worried, as I say, about doing too much detail on this. They're just the greenery behind the roses. So it's not, they're just background. Background's what I'm looking for, you know. They're just getting covered up. What I will do though is trim those bottom pieces just a little. No, just leave it. Stop it. Just do this. Put them down now. Glue them. They've got a bit of a shine. We're gluing. Glue all. Helmer's glue all. Dragging you guys into my total thought process on this. But that's all right. There. And then 3 roses. These were done on a gel print. I just folded the paper, wobble cut. You know me and my wobble cut. Put some white and black lines on. Bob's your uncle. I've got roses. And just 3 of those because we're doing things in odds, right? Odds. Odds are what makes the art world go round. Odds. There. I'm going to leave this page at that. I'll just put black dots up there. Let's put a cap on this. Take a bigger black marker, this side, just this, and I'm just going to put black dots. Put it on screen. Just quick little border. Cover up that edge a little bit. Just like that. And I'm going to call this page done too. Took a lot of thinking. I don't know why, but it did. And again, like I say, I have mucky fingers, so I've got green paint up here. I'll probably just do a little green something or something. I'll cover it somehow. So we've done this page. I've done a few pages with you guys. It's been almost an hour and a half of me talking to myself. So, belly band. So we've got the tuck, you know. I will design some papers to go in the tucks. I've got some of my gel prints I have scanned. I think I'll want something a little bit florally though. Okay, I will consider this one complete. Yes, complete. And then I get this one. I have a border. This is painted on paper towel, you know, mop-up page, whatever. This one was overhanging a bit, so I've got some bend. Let's just trim that while I'm thinking of it. Okay, I don't have glue or paint open or anything to dry out. So I'm just gently going along where the overage was. And as I say, I think I'm going to be covering all the seam with some washi because I just am so untrusting of how thin this center paper was. So I really do like this gel print. I'm not really wanting to cover it up overly much. So maybe what I'll do is I will do a little notepad to go over this. I do have notepads already made. I'll probably just paper clip it or glue it down. Just grab the little pads that I've made. So something like that. But this one's more blues. Pinky one? No, no. So far, I think I like this blue one the best. No. Oh, that one's cute on there. What do you think? Nobody's here. It's up to me, right? Up to me. Okay, I think I'm going to put that one on there. That one can go on there. Make all this stuff, gotta use it, right? No point in making it and not using it. Put this little notepad on here. And how am I going to attach it? What do you think? How do you think I should attach this? I could glue it down just at the top and have it. Or, you know what? I don't really want to lose that. So, I was thinking maybe a flip up. You know what? I've got it. I've got it. I'll do a notepad, but I'll do it in reverse because these, that doesn't match. I just pulled out some blue ones. That doesn't really match either. I'm sure I've got a blue paint chip that's going to match that. Someplace, and someplace. Good morning, love. I think I like that one better. Okay, we'll use that. Put that away. So if I fold it, these paint chips come with, they're kind of perforated and they fold. That's why I did those, what are they? Little notepad things. But I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to trim off, maybe not. And that way it will fold up and you can see this. Does that make sense? I like it. I like it. So I need to cover this with some florally type paper, maybe something just to, because this will tear off. So I had one that I hadn't glued onto paper, this. So how about if I take that, fold it over, and then I could use this bottom as a little pocket on here. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to take this paper and I'm going to snip so that it fits. And I'm going to glue it like this. And it's not straight. Surprise! Oh. No, it's not straight. I'll just refold it. All's good. So we're going to glue this. I'm going to do this, glue it, and then I am going to call it a day for videoing. Thank the people who are lurking. Thanks for coming and keeping me company, even if you're not talking to me. All's good. And if anybody watches the replay, thank you for coming and checking it out. I appreciate it. So I've glued that down to the flap. And that will fold over. And I'll glue that down. I've got gluey fingers, so I'm going to hold it down with some paper clips for now. Let it dry. Ah, it's alive. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys, if you watch it later, enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Other than that, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you would like to join my creative group on Facebook, it's called Meet Your Creativity, and the link is below. And I will put in the webpage address of the little craft store in our town here into the description box. And have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye. Find your mouse.